Hey YouTube, this is the follow-up video, video 5, Black Isn't Black. Um, I wanted to talk more about the financial situation I was placed in with them trying to force me into holism, force me into certain things, and it had went on for decades and decades. I remember being on Section 8, 300 and some dollars for rent, trying to force me to date, force me to end up in a relationship. And back then, you think that guys that come on to you really like you, really want to date you, and some of them don't. I mean, you're nothing to them but, you know, whatever assignment that they're sent in to take you through or whatever the case may be. And that I didn't know. Um, this situation stemmed for years, and I remember them trying to justify the low financing, um, justify what I was going through, like as if the money that they were giving me through government assistance was more than enough. Like $300, that's more than enough. We pay your rent, we pay this, we pay that, but you don't pay light, you don't pay water, you don't have to buy Pampers, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. But this was their justification for the oppression. You're not working or whatever, but nobody knew what I was really going through. Nobody knew I was going through rape. Nobody knew that I was going through so much, being basically drugged and going through all of these different situations. And my children were pretty much placed in horrible situations, and I didn't have any idea of it. Um, for the past couple of years, I haven't been employed. Um, my income has been like supremely low. If I'm not working, I'll be lucky to even have $200 in my pocket. I was forced to stay with family members because they were trying to turn me into a hoe. Um, financially, they didn't want me to make money. So it wasn't like I was going to get hired on a job. It wasn't like a job's going to pick me up no matter how many job applications I put in. There was no opportunities for me out there. And then on top of it, I'm sick because I'm going through so many different things with people trying to put stuff in my food to kill me off. From feces to some of everything, urine. Like I remember my drinks being switched out with urine. I remember one time just being so dehydrated. I went and I sat in like one of the tractor trailers and stuff like that. And I can't taste anything. And I don't know. I just seen a Mountain Dew there. And I don't know what was in it and stuff like that. But there's no telling what all these people did to me. But there was no taste. There was no nothing for me for sometimes months. Trying to eat, no taste, no nothing, and they're defiling my body. um I remember just not having money at all. Like even now, some months not having a dime to my name, not even enough to buy soap, all because they trying to get me into holism. They're trying to get me to do this, and they're already raping me while they're doing this. They just want me to be an okay and willing participant. So it was like, I'm not a hoe. I'm not doing whole things or whatever. And they're like, ha ha ha, you already doing whole things. We're going to do you however we want to do you. And I went through that. I remember reporting to law enforcement and going to the place where they supposed to do rape kits at Wellington Regional. And I would go there and they would call the police to pretty much run me from the facility and deny rape kits. So the same people who's supposed to be supporting you getting the rape kit, it's the same people running you away from getting the rape kits. um getting the medicine you need. You've been raped. There's no telling what's in your body, there's no telling what you're going through. Um and you're being denied medication. I remember calling the victim hotline, like the rape victim hotline, which was like Palm Beach County and stuff like that. And every once in a while you get help, sometimes you won't, and stuff like that. And this was a thing, like I have to travel to almost like an hour and something on the bus to get there. It's an hour ride on the bus. And when I get to the hospital for the rape kit, there was no rape kit, no rape help offer. I remember sitting there listening to the doctors and the nursing staff laugh and joke about how other people was coming from other counties like Broward and Miami and other counties here in the state of Florida to get victim assistance, like get a rape kit done and to get the rape help, and they were denying them and was joking about, oh, I guess they thought if they come to a different county that they were going to get help. And all this was going on. I remember my kids being taken away from me because they were saying, okay, well, she's crazy, she mentally unstable. And I remember this being their way to victimize me. So every time they wanted to victimize me, they'll use, she's mentally unstable, she's crazy, she's this. And knowing that I wasn't, they would use that against me. I remember staying with my dad, well, at the house, and him coming into the room, taking stuff out of the room, and I had to call the police. And I'm still like staying here at this location now until he evicts me out. And I remember him coming in, and then he said, oh, I took your cane knife out of your room because, remind you, I'm a rape victim. I took it out of your room because you're acting crazy. And I'm only thinking to myself, this man is trying to victimize me even more. And his image to me, I don't know if he even knew, his image to me was an unsavory image. Just seeing his face sometimes was unsavory to me. But, I had nowhere to go. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm going through so much. Maybe I'm just overreacting. But with everything came confirmation, because his treatment of me and how he was towards me let me know. But all of this was to force me into hoism and to try to force me to hoe out myself or to date a man. I hadn't dated a man in 5 years. I celebrated April 1st, 2023. 5 years of not having sex. And all of it was done to, just force me to, just go along with whatever. And just hold myself out or date a guy so that I can get hold out, and it'll be justified because it'll explain how my vaginal area was enlarged, because they had no explanation. How can a woman that's not sexually active have a vaginal area that's enlarged and stuff like that? And this is the thing. I remember them trying to make me gay because I wasn't dating a guy. So I had to be gay. And I wasn't. And I was raped by women. And all of this is supposed to justify all the stuff that they had done to me. And I didn't know how to divulge. I want to confide in somebody, but I can't really confide. So I confided in you guys on YouTube, and just tell it how it is, and leave my footprints. So just in case some other young woman's going through this, maybe it'll be encouraging to her. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is video 5.